Welcome to the ChiChat Podcast, a podcast dedicated to encouraging, inspiring, motivating, and uplifting women. Around the table, we have Yolanda, Ebony, and Katrina. Okay, now let's get into some chit-chat. What's going on, our good people? What's going on? Another episode of the ChiChat Podcast. We coming to you, dropping them gems, sipping on our coffee, and spilling the tea. Okay, the girls are here. Now, I'm going to be talking about girl code. What in the world is going on with girl code? Does it exist? Does it really matter if you deal with your friends or ex-friends dude or vice versa? But before we get into it, I'm going to check on my girls here on the ChiChat Podcast. How y'all doing today? The girl here is at a 12.3.
I'm at a 12.78888.
I'm at a 12.735.
Okay, that is what's up. Okay, so we want to know how you guys are doing. How are you feeling? How are you booming, shaking, and popping up in here? Put it in the comments, let us know. From 1, ain't feeling well, to 5, or you can just go all up like we be doing, 10s and 12s. How are you doing today? We want to know, we care. Now, girl code. What exactly is girl code? And I'm talking about this because Porsha Williams, for those of you who do not know her, she is from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. A whole bunch of stuff going on with her fiance and his wife, because I don't think they're divorced yet. His wife's name is Fallon. She was supposed to be some type of friend to the show, but then Porsha comes out and says that she wasn't her friend. So then that gets me to thinking all about how these shows really are, who are not supposed to be scripted, but then we find out that they are. We're going to get back into that. But first, what's going on with that? How do y'all feel about girl code? Is it a such thing? What y'all think?
I'm gonna let Ebony take it.
Porsha. Honestly, I don't think that anyone else can drag Porsha no more than she's already been dragged. It's a sticky situation because she say that they're not friends, but everyone is looking at it for what it is. They introduced her to the show as your friend, but aside from that, there was a picture that surfaced of her, Porsha, and gosh, I can't remember who it was. It might have been her Porsha's sister, maybe, or maybe her friend, somebody. It was a third person. It was a 3-person picture, but Fallon and Porsha was in the picture. And it looked as if y'all were friendly, maybe not friends, but friendly. Either way you cut it, slice it, or whatever, that was messed up. It was messed up. It was grimy because the simple fact, even if y'all weren't friends, y'all were co-workers. Y'all were familiar with each other. Y'all guys were familiar with each other. Y'all went out together in a whole group. So it's just like, yeah, that is messy. Now I was team Porsha, but I can't get with stuff like that.
Yeah. And y'all all know my situation, so y'all know that I don't be getting down with that kind of stuff. I promise y'all I'm not gonna talk about it.
And it's business.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a woman thing, you know? Like, what you think, Katrina?
I'm just like, cause I hadn't heard about this, so now I'm like, really? So let me get this straight. So you saying Phelan is her name and Porsha are not friends, but
so,
they're friends.
So Porsha says, right.
Allegedly.
But Porsha is marrying Vaylen's husband.
Right.
Or engaged to him or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're not divorced yet.
They're still working out like the logistics of their divorce, the money, you know, it's the end of, So.
And it do take a minute, y'all. For someone who is not that long ago divorced, it's a process. So it does. You just can't say, well, I'm going to be divorced and that's it. It's a whole process to it. Okay, so I still think old girl should wait until the process is done.
Done, yeah.
I still think she should just find her whole nother man altogether. I mean, let's just.
I was thinking that too, because it's kind of close for comfort, you know. It seems a little bit awkward. Like, how are they gonna feel when they gotta all get they move in the same circles, you know, or they all in the same area. Like, how is that gonna make them feel?
Right.
Honestly, I really, Porsha don't care. she don't care. I mean, if anybody can fact check if they want to, you can go to her Instagram and see that sis is living her best life. Sis don't care. She is sitting there with her man 265 days of the year. Look, OG Real Housewives watchers know what I'm talking about when I say the 265 days a year, honey. She's living on her own planet, child. She living on her own planet that only has 265 days. So listen.
Okay.
Go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
Now, with that being said, though, y'all, when we're thinking of girl code, and we kind of went in and talked a little bit about that, but whose fault is it? Is it Porsha's fault or is it the dude's fault? Because he's the one who had the vows with Miss Fallon. Does it really matter whose fault it is?
I feel like they both at fault to me.
Yeah.
They're equally.
I think you should have some type of integrity about yourself, regardless if he did step to her or if she stepped to one of them. Somebody should have some integrity enough to say, nah, I'm married, I'm getting divorced, but it's not final, so let's just fall back, let me get my stuff straight. Or you fall back and you get your stuff straight. However, I've got to be some integrity somewhere.
My thoughts exactly. Ebony, what's up? What you think?
I feel the same way. Like, just to piggyback off Katrina, like, I feel like there should be a level of integrity that he doesn't have. Now, I don't want to put all of the heat on, the heat is on him because of the situation. The situation is really messy. It looks messy. It's just messy altogether. But of course, once people get wind of stuff that's going on, they start bringing out, infidelity on both sides. They were saying that she cheated on him and all that stuff like that, which I don't know it to be true. But at the end of the day, like I said, given the situation of, what's in front of our eyes, we can only judge what we see. If she did cheat on him, we don't know. We didn't see that. But what we do see is that your ex or soon to be ex-husband is with your coworker and engaged and happy about it. And that's crazy.
And allegedly has his name on her neck, tattooed on her neck.
Really? I missed that. Who said that? Who said it? Are you serious?
Y'all know I'm nosy. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what an article was saying on Google. Now, we know how sometimes Google's not accurate, or well, not just Google, but the internet can be a mess. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I saw. So I'm going to say allegedly.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. So this is
this dude is rich, by the way. Not that matters. I mean, but he is. So that might. And I'm gonna say why I'm saying this, because way back in the day, I know of these people who felt like one of my exes Lay's father started talking to some other girl. She had her family was rich. They had a bunch of money. And his cousin, and if you watch him, you know exactly who you are, said that we can't blame him because he's going where the money is. So we were already just kind of like done anyway. But they were thinking that we were still together type stuff that they didn't know anything about. And they think that he left me, which he didn't, to go be with the girl. But then, because that's how they thought what happened, homegirl said, well, we can't blame him because he's going where the money is. But yes, ma'am, I bet y'all wish he would have stayed today. I'm just going. I broke up with him, but don't y'all wish that and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go Google me, okay?
Google, baby.
Google your girl. And Miss Ma'am, don't you wish you could take that comment back today? Never judge what God is doing, okay?
Let me tell you, they say money definitely, I feel like, help people make decisions when it comes to relationships. But it just made me think about this funny post that I seen about the Porsha stuff. This guy posted it, and it was a picture of the guy Simon, right?
Yeah.
So it's a picture of the guy Simon. Then it was like a picture of like his, I don't know if it was a Wikipedia or just like facts about him, about like his name, date of birth, place of birth, and his net worth. So his net worth supposedly is like $40 million, right? So then there's the next slide is like a picture of some glasses. He cleaned the glasses off, and then it's a picture of Morris Chestnut. So it's saying that he looked like this, but then when they look at the money he made, clean the glasses off and look at him again, he looked like Morris Chestnut. It was hilarious. I said, you know what? The internet is gonna always be undefeated because the way that they put that post together was freaking hilarious. I was like, oh my gosh! But I guess he do look like, you know, he looking real. That 40,000 ain't looking too. $40 billion ain't looking too bad, you know. So
how do people come up with this stuff?
I have no idea. It was hilarious. It was
they be tripping.
Yeah.
But, so that's why I brought up the rich part, because I had a little story behind that. But I want to turn the tables a little bit. This thing with Drake. Now, a few weeks ago, I heard that some girl that he was supposed to have been friends with her boyfriend, he messed around and slept with the girl, and now the boy was accusing him of breaking up his family. Did y'all hear about that? It's a girl who wanted to get a recording deal, and Drake and the boy were supposedly friends. When they go in the girl go in there and meet Drake and everything, and they all get together, Drake sleeps with the girl. So now, what about bro code? Is there a bro code? Is there a man code? And now the man is accusing Drake of breaking up his family.
No, your girl broke up your family. Okay, your girl broke up with your family. Listen, this Drake. This Drake, like, you know. Listen, no Drake bashing here, okay? Because I love Drake. I'm a Drake fan, okay? I love Drake. Like, I love Drake. But my thing is, I just feel like you can't be mad at this man. He is who he is. Your girl has some tendencies where she just could not keep herself in that professional zone.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure he didn't have a gun to her head saying, oh, you know, let's whatever. So I feel like the heat should be on his girlfriend. He okay, even if he do know you or whatever, she should have that, going back to what Katrina said, should have that level of the standard. You should have some type of, you know, whatever, like some type of, what's the word you use, Katrina? I can't can't even think.
Integrity.
Yeah, integrity for your relationship. Like, you can't expect someone to have more integrity for your relationship than you do. Right. So it's just like, you know, I think it's the girl's fault. I don't think it's the fault.
I guess she low-key was a groupie, maybe.
Could be. Or she could be
like tendencies.
Yeah, or she could be the type that just say, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and if it means I'm going to sleep with him, then that's what I'm going to do. And then he may not sign you, it's still once he get it. So you always have to protect yourself. Be a woman first. If you want to be in the industry, you don't have to sacrifice yourself. Like our boy Ron said. What up, Ron? If you want, what's going on with you, boy? Ron told us that we don't have to sacrifice our vagina, okay? So I think she that was a low blow. She sacrificed herself.
There's a lot of
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say at the same time though, if Drake and old boy was homeboys or whatever, it still should be a code. Like I don't know if you should call it guy code, girl code, or whatever, but it still should be some type of rules or whatever to say you don't mess around with somebody's significant other and you know them and you deal with them. Like that's kind of messed up.
That is true, because he could have been like, okay, listen, like your girl kind of, you know, pushing up on me. He could have gave him the heads up or whatever, but maybe he had been looking at her. I don't know. Like, it just, you know, it's a double-edged sword. So listen,
well, maybe he used his celebrity to get what he wanted.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Be like, I'm Drake. She's gonna give it up.
Some of them got that complex there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, with all that being said, is it when someone does that, is it invading someone else's life? Like, so should you be? Like, if I went and stole somebody else's husband, well, you can't steal someone if they're willing to go. That's my thing. That. Although I'm not that way, I will turn away from you if you are married or you're in a relationship or whatever. I don't do those things. I have respect for that of the female as well as myself. And so I'm just using myself for an example. If I was to go and talk to somebody else's husband or man or whatever, should I be accused of invading their space? I mean, like, how does that work? Audience, y'all let us know too. What y'all think? Am I invading someone else's space if I was to do something like that? And so, which brings me to my next point. Can someone sue me if I was to break up someone else's home? Break girl code.
There has been a case in North Carolina, and the wife won.
Yeah.
And a man won. It was a man that won too.
Yeah, okay. I heard about that. Yeah, that is a true factual law. However, it's a difference. You are invading someone's space if you knowingly are doing it. If you're, because there's a lot of times where women don't know. You know, the man is not, because he's over his home life or whatever, and he's not living the life of a married man. He's living the life of a single man. He's not even wearing a ring. You ain't seeing no pictures. You know, by that time, probably already some of them still living in the house. They just got something on the side. Derek Jackson, whatever, that bachelor pad and house and all. You know, some people have that type of thing going on. They're not telling you that they're married. You know what I'm saying? But if you knowingly are doing that, then yes, you are breaking. Yeah, you are to be held accountable.
Yeah. And you should be. I think so. I concur with everything Ebony just said. 100%.
Yeah. So if whenever I settle down again and some hussy wants to be bothered with my husband, can I sue her? The hussy that was bothered with my ex-husband ain't got no money, so I can't sue her.
Church finger.
Katie church finger, girl. I just pushed my purse. My little head down.
Well, on ChiChat, okay? We just put it out there and tell it like it is. Now the hubby is broke. And I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. I'm not downing her. I'm not doing none of that type of stuff. But hell, she is. So if I was to take her to court, then I ain't gonna get nothing. What am I gonna get? A waste of my time and spending my money trying to sue somebody who ain't got anything.
Well, they might need to broadcast that law because some of these women be brave. Like, they be brave. They be calling the wives and he mine and, all that stuff like that. Oh, God.
And then, you know what? If you have to do that, ladies, then he ain't worth it in the first place. If you have to go and want to fight some other woman, if you want to go and confront some other woman, then the joker ain't worth it in the first place.
And going
you shouldn't have to put yourself in that predicament to fight your fellow sister. And I know some people don't feel like you have fellow sisters, but for those of us who do, I respect the other female because I want the people to respect me. So I respect my fellow females out there, my fellow women out there. And
I think what people need to realize is eventually these women that mess around with married men, or vice versa, one day you might want to settle down and have a husband of your own. And I mean, I hate to say, but you might reap what you sow.
They will.
Nobody wants to be cheated on, period.
Right.
And so I always just feel like you should do somebody how you want to be done, how you want somebody to do you. So
and
going around somebody that's already involved in a relationship or a committed relationship, once you find out, you need to figure out a way to part ways.
Yeah.
Right. And
if you watching, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ebony.
I said, how you get them is how you'll lose them.
That's right. And Huzzy, if you watching, you know exactly who you are. He was lying to you. He was not just using my car. So no, I cannot hold him from just using a car. He was using my car because it was supposed to be ours in the marriage because we had multiple cars. So I was not holding him for a car. He was just lying to you and to me too, apparently. But anyway, I have to get that out because all sorts of people watch us. So just in case you watching, I'm going to put that out there because you're a texter. You don't want to communicate back then. You wanted to text. So I'm going to tell you from woman to girl here that it was not that he was just using my car, and I couldn't hold him just because he uses my car. No, it was our car. Well, it was mine, but I let him borrow it. Now, pulling myself back here.
Let's reel it back a little bit.
Reel it back.
Because what I don't like for someone to try to tell me how my relationship was. That's not true. It was not true.
Well, the thing about that is, like, if I can say this, the thing about that is when it gets to that point, they're always gonna try to make themselves like the victim and you the villain. So
that's true.
That's gonna always be. You could have been the best, rub his feet, cook his meals, be a wife, did whatever 1,000 times, and you're gonna be the worst person when it comes to him trying to impress someone else.
That's
trying to make it seem like she is better than you because you didn't do this one thing aside from all the 1,000 things that he asked you to do. You wouldn't allow him to do or put up with this one thing, and because she's willing to put up with it, she's better than you.
Yeah. And so what they do is they go and lie to the both of you and still try to get back with that other one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But the other one ain't taking them back.
Yeah.
Moving on.
This needed to get that on her chest, I see.
and it may seem like I'm coming off as angry. I'm not angry. I it's something about the girl code and the woman code for me, I guess. And so I'm not angry about the breakup or anything. I'm way past that. Okay, I just wanted to get that out because since the girl is a texter and I'm a come at you type person, then that's why I wanted to just get that done. And now I'm over it. I'm done. Okay.
I'm right.
This is back in the day. Now. Okay, now question of the day. North Carolina is where we are from, and shout out to all of our people who are in North Carolina. Y'all know that North Carolina has the bipolar weather. 1 week is hot, the next week is cold. What do y'all like best, the cold crisp weather or the hot weather? I'm feeling the cold crisp weather.
Honey child, I don't like it hot, but I don't like the cold too much because I'm always cold anyway. So I like it warm.
I am a winter baby, so I love cold weather. Okay, love cold weather, sweaters, boots, weather. I'm all for it. Love it.
I'm a winter baby too, Ebony. I don't get it.
It's just something about I don't know, I love it. To me, you know what, even from a health standpoint, well, I can't even say from a health standpoint either, because the drastic weather that changed, from it literally goes from one extreme to the next in a day or so, and that triggers migraines for me. Even on the cold end of the spectrum, it will, that cold air, if it gets up my nose a certain way, yeah. So those masks were definitely a blessing this past winter, because just being able to shield some of that air from getting in my nose and just triggering a headache. So
yeah.
Wow, girl, that's weird, because I like the winter only because I love sweaters and boots.
Yeah,
I like to dress in the winter, but in the when it's spring is more my type of weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like spring too, but when it gets real hot outside, I'm not for all of that. So, of course, y'all let us know in the comments, what do you prefer, hot or cold weather? Sister Girl of the Week. Now, Carrie Ann from the top is who I chose for this time because she's been going through so much and she's willing to share. Now, most people will keep all the things that she shares. She has an autoimmune disorder or something like that. She's willing to always share how she's doing. And I think her strength is incredible. So Carrie Ann from the top, you are our Sister Girl of the Week, okay? So, and I hope you feel better.
Yes.
Okay, now, for my chick fade, I'm wearing a necklace today. That is my chick fade. I don't know where my daughter got this from, but she bought it for me for my birthday that just recently passed. So, Lay, I know you're watching, you're a faithful fan. I thank you so much for my beautiful necklace. Love it. That is one of my chick fades. I got two, y'all. For Mother's Day, this is one of my gifts that she bought.
Oh, it is so pretty.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know where she got this from, but it says, I don't know if y'all can see. Y'all can't see it.
I see it's the image in the inside of it. I see it.
That's me and her, when she was a baby.
Oh.
And it says Mom at the bottom. Aww. And it plays, look, we don't know how to set it up yet. I'm waiting for my son to come and fix it up for me. But it plays music and it twirls, all sorts of stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, so Lay, I love you. Thank you so much for all of my beautiful gifts. And these are right here. These are chick faves for this week. If we can find out where she got this from and this, I will put it in the comments, okay? Or I'll put it somewhere where y'all can go in and order your own, okay? Can y'all see I don't know if y'all can see the picture of her when she was a baby.
I see. I think I see that picture on your page too, I believe.
Is it up there?
I think
you know I got to put the glasses on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Well, what I would do is I would try to take a picture of this and I will put it in our stuff, okay? So you guys can see it clearly. But yeah, that's my baby girl. So that is my chick phase for this week. Thank you, Lay. Now, my what the we talked about invading people's spaces, invading privacy, invading people's husbands and wives, girlfriends and boyfriends. We're gonna talk about some bashing going on and some crashing somebody's party. Okay, check this out, y'all. Oh Lord.
Party in Tennessee was interrupted. People decided to join in on the celebration and go for a swim. John Johnson posted a video to YouTube showing what happened when the Jefferson County High School JROTC were attempted to have a party at the Chalet Village School in Gatlinburg. The video shows a group of bears swimming and wandering outside the pool after the students fled to a safe distance. Johnson said there were a total of 7 bears in the group. Black bears in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So they pulled up to the party.
Wow. Talk about people scattering, what?
You was invading some space. Them bears was with it, okay? Them bears was coming up and say, "What up? I'm here. What's poppin'?"
Yeah.
Where the party at?
Oh my goodness, that is too funny.
Okay, so we talked about a lot on this episode about people in relationships and all, and a lot of times I will share what the stuff that I've had going on to help others. Okay, and so I share my story to help people to understand that you're not alone. If you're going through a divorce, if you're going through where you feel like somebody stole your significant other, they can't steal them. If the significant other is willing to go, then they didn't steal them. So I told my stories about the huzzy, and I told my stories about that different type of stuff just to be a person you see today. That's okay. You're gonna be all right. Okay? So that's why I went all into depth about that. Well, I wanted to get it off my chest. That's the first point. But the second point is to share with you guys that you will be okay. If someone wants to steal someone else, or you can't steal them. If someone wants to go off with your significant other, then let them, because they weren't yours in the first place, my dear. Okay? So a lot of people know that I share a whole lot, and I'm not afraid to share that type of stuff because I know that it's helping someone else. Sometimes you have to just put it out there to be able to help others. That's why I do what I do. Okay? All right, so that's why I went into depth like I did, and then to trip my girls out here so they can go ahead and get their coffee and go on to sip it. Be a mess of it. Y'all know we
Let Pearl sipping coffee. Well, I'm sipping water, wishing it was coffee right now.
That's another reason why I do it. I'll be wanting my girls to be like, whoop, wait a minute. Okay, so it's time for me to go eat and everything. So we're gonna end this. Before we end this though, if you want to sip on your coffee, like we be doing, sip your tea or spill your tea, whatever you're doing when we be coming up here telling y'all about stuff, go on to our merch. We got mugs, we got all sorts of stuff that you can go and get. It is Teespring /stores/ChiChat. Go and get all the beautiful colors that we have. So many beautiful, vibrant colors that we have up there on the site. Okay? All right? So that's it. And prayerfully, your girls will be back with you again the next time. Okay? And subscribe. If you're not subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. Check your girls out. Okay? All right. That's it.
That's right.
I'm going somewhere. I'm going to eat.
Thanks for listening to our episode of ChiChat. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at ChiChat Podcast.